swing on the bottom after on the top. We're going to look at this player with sways. Sway is lateral movement away from the target or toward the target. So this player, if you look at the bottom swing, significant amount of sway. You can see he crosses the red line with his right hip, but also his pelvis, center of his pelvis moves off the yellow line quite a bit. He starts lifting with his arms and hands, so when he gets to the top position, he has leftward neck tilt, hips way away from the target, arched back, low hand position, not a lot of speed or power. Well, let's go back to setup, and then on the picture on the top now, the after, this player is pivoting his hips. He was told to pivot the right hip toward the target, almost like the right hip and rear end is moving toward the left heel. And then he rotated more, so left shoulder and head behind the ball, but yet center of the pelvis ahead of the ball, hasn't crossed that sort of sway line. Coming down then, player hung back before, hands behind the ball pre-contact. Player on the right now has better weight shift, more rightward tilt, more spine extension, ready to hit the ball cleanly, hit it more flush and with more speed and power. And then on the follow-through, player, still stuck in flexion on the top, but not as much as on the bottom. So overall, this was an easy change. We tweaked the setup a little bit. So the setup was, weight 60% forward and then tilt the right shoulder down and back toward the right hip, adjust the right ear position, tilt the right ear to the right shoulder more so the head stays perpendicular to the shoulder tilt. And then getting every joint pair besides the toe line to point right of the target. The toe line pointing still parallel to the target line, but especially shoulder and elbow and hip alignment rightward of the target. That set him up to make this move on the backswing, where the only instruction was to try to maintain your weight on your left leg while pivoting your hips. We talked about how the right leg needs to extend. And then obviously with the foot flare, that's different. We flared the feet a little bit to allow the hips and knees to be more mobile. Longer, faster swing, and his path changed from 2 degrees outside in to, right about 2 to 3 degrees in to out. He was hitting draws at the end of the lesson versus pushes, push fades, and sometimes pulling one straight, if you will. This was a fun change, very simple. He needs to remember, one in-swing thought, and just a couple of tweaks at setup. So good change in took about 20 minutes to make this change with an 8-iron.